Sheila purchases two varieties of apples A and B for a total of 2800 rupees. Total cost price is 2800 rupees. The weights in kgs of A and B purchased by Sheila are in the ratio 5:8, but the cost per kg of A is 20% more than that of B. Sheila sells A and B with profits 15% and 10% respectively. What is the overall profit in rupees? So to solve this question, enough information is given on which we can find the total weight here, total cost price, but that is not required. See, in case of weight, A and B are in the ratio of 5:8, and in case of the cost price, A is 20% more than B, means if B is 100, A is 120, or 6:5 ratio. So basically, if we talk about the total cost price of A and B are in the ratio 5:6, which is 30, 8:5, which is 40, that is in the 3:4 ratio, right? In the 3:4 ratio. Now 15% profit on A and 10% profit on B, ratio 3:4. Now 2800, if you divide 2800 into 3:4 ratio, what are you getting? So 3 plus 4 is 7, 2800 by 7 is 400. So 1200, total cost price for A is 1200, total cost price for B is 1600. Now we need to find the total profit. So what we can say, total profit will be equal to, so 1200 into 15%, so 15 upon 100 plus 1600 into 10 upon 100. So this will be cancelled out, right? And what we can say, 180 plus 160, and that is equal to 340. That will be the total profit. Although, as I said before, that the weights are given. No, we cannot find out, I guess, the total weights or total cost price here, right? That will be a little bit, total cost price we can find out, but the exact weight cannot be found out, or exact cost price also cannot be found out. Cost price per kg for A and B will be unknown. Total weight for A and B will be unknown, but we can find the total cost price for A, total cost price for B. From there, we can find the total profit. A supplier receives orders from 5 different buyers. Each buyer places their order only on a Monday. The first buyer places the order after every 2 weeks, the second buyer after every 6 weeks, the third buyer after every 8 weeks, the fourth buyer after every 2 weeks, and the fifth buyer after every 3 weeks. It is known that on January 1st, which was a Monday, each of these 5 buyers placed an order with the supplier. On how many occasions in the same year will these buyers place their orders together, excluding the order placed on January 1st? So one buyer is placing order after every 2 weeks, so multiples of 2, right? Second week, fourth week, sixth week, and so on. Second buyer every 6 weeks, so multiple of 6, 6, 12, 18 after every multiple of 6 weeks. Then same 8, then every 4 weeks, and then we have every 3 weeks. If we want to check after minimum how many weeks all of them will be ordering on the same day, we need to take the least common multiple of all of these, right? So 8, highest power of 2 is 3, which is 8, and 3 is 1, so 24. So 24, after 24 weeks, they will be ordering together all again, right? And how many weeks are there? In 1 year, there are 52 weeks, right? So maximum there will be two occurrence of 24 weeks, right? So answer is 2. We don't need to count the 1st January, otherwise answer will be 3, but it's clearly given that we need to exclude the order which was placed on January 1st. Okay. The sum of the cubes of two numbers is 128, while the sum of the reciprocals of their cubes is 2. What is the product of the squares of the numbers? So if I take two numbers x and y, so x cube plus y cube is given, which is 128, and then sum of the reciprocals of their cubes, means 1 upon x cube plus 1 upon y cube, that is also given, which is equal to 2. If we simplify this, what we can get? So x cube plus y cube upon x cube into y cube is still 2. We know that x cube plus y cube is 128. So 128 upon x cube into y cube is equal to 2. Or we can say x cube into y cube is equal to 64. So xy whole cube is equal to 64 is nothing but 4 cube. From there we can say xy is equal to 4. If xy is 4, what do we need to find? What is the product of squares of these numbers? Meaning we need to find x into y square, that is nothing but xy whole square, which will be 4 square, and that is 16. So the answer is option D. Some members of a school service organization in Kolkata decide to prepare 2,400 laddoos to gift to children in various orphanages and slums in the city during Durga Puja. The plan is that each of them makes the same number of laddoos. However, on laddoo making day, 10 members are absent. Thus, remaining member makes 12 laddoos more than earlier decided. How many members actually made the laddoos? So if I say that initially some members is x, then number of laddoos that they had to make per person will be 2,400 by x, right? And if 10 members are missing, then number of members will be x minus 10. So per person, number of laddoos to be made is 2,400 upon x minus 10, and the difference, number of laddoos that was decided per person is this, number of laddoos that is now decided is this, and the difference is 10. Remaining member makes 12 laddu. The difference is 10, not 10, it's nothing but 12. So what we can say, we can take 2,400 common, we get 1 upon x minus 10 upon 1 minus x, and that is equal to 12. So this is how many times? 200 times, right? And this will become 200 into x minus x plus 10 upon x into x minus 10 is equal to 0, right? So now x cancelled out, we can say that x into x minus 10 is equal to 2000, right? Now we can use the quadratic to solve it, or as x is number of person, it's a positive integer, natural number. So how can we write 2000 as a product of two natural number with a difference of 10? So I can write it as 50 into 40. So from there straight away we can say x will be equal to 50, right? Question is, how many members actually made the laddoos? So 10 of them were absent. So 40 persons made laddoos, right? The answer is option E. Ramesh and Reena are playing with triangle ABC. Ramesh draws a line that bisects angle BAC. This line cuts BC at D. Okay, so let's keep drawing this. So we have a triangle ABC, A, B and C. There is an angle bisector for angle angle BAC. So this we need to take BAC. BAC. There is an angle bisector, an angle bisector of angle BAC. This line cuts BC at D. This point is D. Okay. Now it says then extended. Reena then extends AD to a point P. So this is angle bisector, right? So now if we extend this at P, something like this, this point is P. Okay. Reena then announces that BD bisects angle PBA. Okay, let's join this. So now BD bisects angle PBA. So BD is the angle bisector of angle PBA. What a surprise! Together Ramesh and Reena Find that BD is equal to 6, this length is 6, AC is equal to 9, AC is equal to 9, DC is equal to 5, DC is also given, BP is equal to 8, right, and DP is equal to 5, DP is also given, which is 5. Okay. How long is AP? So there is this very important angle bisector theorem. If AD is the angle bisector, then you should always remember this, that AB upon AC will be equal to BD upon DC. Okay, AB upon AC is BD upon DC. Now, can I say that AB will be equal to BD upon DC into AC, right? Same thing. So, what is BD? BD is given, which is, or we can use this later as well. Okay, we can use this later as well. Another, as we need to find AD, again in triangle APB, BD is the angle bisector. So, what we can say, this length is known, which is this one, correct? So, we can say that we need to find AP, correct? So, for that we need to find AD. So, AD upon DP will be equal to AB upon BP, or we can say AD will be equal to AB upon BP into DP, correct? Now, let us put the values. What is AB? AB is this. So, BD upon DC into AC, and then divided by BP into DP, correct? This is all we need to find AD. Now, let us say what are the values given here. BD is given 6, DC is given 5, AC is given 9, BP is given as 8, and PD is given as 5. So, 5 cancelled out, 9 into 6. So, this is 3 times, this is 4 times, that is 27 by 4, or nothing but 6.75 centimeter. So, this length is 6.75 centimeter, right? Now, what will be AP? 6.75 plus 5, 11.75. So, the answer is option B. A marble is dropped from a height of 3 meters onto the ground. After hitting the ground, it bounces and reaches 80% of the height from which it was dropped. This repeats multiple times. Each time it bounces, the marble reaches 80% of the height previously reached. Eventually, the marble comes to rest on the ground. What is the maximum distance that the marble travels from the time it was dropped until it comes to rest? So, the situation is something like it was dropped from a height of 3 meters. Now, it will bounce back 80% of this height. 80% is nothing but 4 by 5, correct? So, it will bounce back with this height, 3 into 4 by 5, and then it will drop by the same height. Then again it will go up with a height of 3 into 4 by 5 into 4 by 5. Then again it will drop from this height. Then again 4 by 5 times of this. So, basically this is nothing but a geometric progression. Each of these distances will be covered twice. So, what will be the total maximum distance that it will cover? 3 plus 2 times 3 into 4 by 5 plus 3 into 4 by 5 whole square and so on. So, whenever we have geometric progression like this, a plus ar square till infinity, this is equal to a upon 1 minus r, where mod r is less than 1, right. So, if we calculate this, this will be 3 plus 2 into first term, a is 3 into 4 by 5, common ratio is 4 by 5, so 1 minus 4 by 5. This will be equal to 3 plus 2 into 12 by 5 upon 1 by 5. So, 5 cancelled out. The total distance it travelled is 24 plus 3, which is 27 meters. So, the answer is option C. Now, this is a very popular question. This type of questions has been asked again and again in every type of competitive exams in India. So how do we solve this quickly? There is a direct formula that if this is r, the height that it goes up by r, so you can directly find that distance is equal to h into 1 plus r upon 1 minus r. What is r? R is 4 by 5 here, and what is h? 3. So 1 plus 4 by 5 upon 1 minus 4 by 5, which gives us 3 into, this is 9 by 5 upon 1 by 5. So 5 cancelled out, we are getting 27 meter directly. So you can use this, find the answer in seconds, right? Fatima found that the profit earned by Bala Dosa stall today is a 3-digit number. She also noticed that the middle digit is half of the leftmost digit, while the rightmost digit is 3 times the middle digit. She then randomly interchanged the digits and obtained a different number. Randomly interchanged the digits and obtained a different number. This number was more than the original number by 198. What was the middle digit of the profit amount? Okay, so initially let's say the 3-digit number is ABC, which is nothing but 100A plus 10B plus C, right? If I interchange the digits randomly, there will be 5 more possibilities: ACB, CAB, right? CBA, correct? Then BAC. So there will be 3 factorial numbers. One of them is other number. By interchanging the digits, whatever we are getting, the difference is 198. The new number is more than 198 of the previous number. So before we go forward, let's try to understand this, that she also noticed that the middle digit is half of the leftmost digit. A, B, C. What are the possibilities? The middle digit is half of the leftmost digit. Leftmost digit is A, or we can say this is double of this. So if this is x, this is 2x. While the rightmost digit is 3 times the middle digit. So this will be 3x. Correct? If I take this digit as 1, this will be 2 and this will be 3. Now, is there any possibility? See, whenever you are taking a number which is 198 more than that, what will happen in that case? See, if we consider 2 numbers, when we interchange the digits, so the possibility in this case after interchanging will be 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and what else? 3, 1, 2, and 2, 1, 2, 1, 3 is already taken, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. None of these gives us the difference as 198, right? You can check 213. So none of these will give us a difference of 198 if you interchange the digits in any way. So let's take B is equal to 2. If this is 2, this will be 4 and this will be 6. In that case, if we interchange the digits, what are we getting? We are getting a number which is 6 to 4. Now in this case, this number is directly greater than 198. Why did I choose this number? Directly, see, whenever you are interchanging a 3-digit number ABC to CBA, the difference is always a multiple of 99. So A minus C or C minus A, whichever is bigger. If this one is bigger, if C is bigger than A, the new number will be bigger than this as 99 C minus A. So if this is, that's why we tried to exchange only the first and last digit. If I take 3 here, then this will become 3 into 2, 6, this will become 9. Once again, the number by interchanging the digits should be 198 greater than this. No other number is possible, right? If greater than this, then the number should be, if I add 198 to this, we are getting digit as 7, right? Unit digit as 7. If you add 198, 9 plus 87, that is not possible. So only one such number is possible, which is 426, and the answer is option A, which is 2. Question is, what was the middle digit of the profit amount? Option A is correct. Kim's wristwatch always shows the correct time, including AM and PM. Jim's watch is identical to Kim's watch in all aspects except except its pace, which is slower than the pace of Kim's watch. At 12 noon on January 1st, Jim sets his watch to the correct time, but an hour later it shows 12:57 p.m. Means at 1 p.m. it shows 12:57 p.m. That means it loses 3 minutes per hour, right? At 12 noon on the next June 1st, Jim resets his watch to the correct time. On how many instances between and including 12 noon on the two dates mentioned, means we need to include 1st January as well as 1st June when he resets that. So 2 already. Jim's and Kim's watches shows the exact time including AM and the PM. So basically Jim's watch loses 3 minutes per hour, right? So it will lose 6 minutes in 2 hours. In 24 hours, it will lose 72 minutes, correct? So in 2 days, it will lose 144 minutes. So what can we say about that? When it will show exact same time, date won't be same, but the time will be same in case of AM or PM when it's exactly 24 hours behind, correct? So 24 hours is equal to 1440 minutes. So when Jim's watch is exactly 42 hours behind Kim's watch, it will show the same time with AM and PM. So it loses 3 minutes per hour. So it will take 1440, that is equal to 480 hours to lose exactly 24 hours. And 480 hours is nothing but 20 days. So after exactly 20 days means 1st plus 20, 21st January 12 noon, it will show the exact same time, 12 noon. Okay. Now it says between these 2 times, we already have included 1st January and 1st June when he resets. So 2 times already. How many days are from 1st January to 31st May? So this will be in 1st January 31 plus in February it could be 28 or 29, but let's see, let's take 28, we will take care of that later. March 31, then 30 and then 31 in May. So it's total 151 days or 152 days if I take February as 29 days, right? So every 20 days, after every 20 days it will show the same time. So 150 by 20, 151 or 150 by 20, it's 7 point something times, right? So it's not reaching to the 8th time, only 7 times. So 7 times in between 1st January to 1st June and 1st January 8th, 1st June when he resets 9th. So total 9 times, as it says including 12 noon on the 2 dates, right? So total answer in between 7, 1 plus 1, 9 times. Nadim's age is a 2-digit number x, squaring which yields a 3-digit number whose last digit is y. Consider the statements below. Statement 1, y is a prime number. Statement 2, y is 1/3 of x. To determine Nadim's age uniquely, option A, even taking 1 and 2 together is not sufficient. Either 1 and 2, either of 1 and 2 by itself is sufficient, either one of them. Option C, only 1 is sufficient but 2 is not. Option D, only 2 is sufficient but 1 is not. Option E, it is necessary and sufficient to take 1 and 2 together. Okay. So if we move forward, let's try to understand something about unit digit of a square. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49, 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81 and 10 square is equal to 100. So if you check the unit digit of any square, it does not matter how big that number is, can be only of these digits which are nothing but, what do you say, 14965, 14965, then 69419, 0. It will repeat itself, right? So y can take values as 1, 4, 9, 6, 5 or 0. These are the values that y can take, no other values. Now according to this, we need to find the value of x, right? What is the, to determine Nadeem's age uniquely. So first one, it says statement 1, y is a prime number. Out of all these, which one is a prime number? Only 5 is a prime number. If 5 is a prime number, what can we say about, if we take this case, what can we say about x? So x could be any of the numbers which is ending with 5. X could be 15 square, x could be 15, right? X could be 15, or x could be 25. X is equal to 15 or 25 or 35 or 45 till 95. But it says that which yields a 3-digit number. Okay, so we can say x will be 15 or 25. 15 square is 225, 25 square is 625. Both of these are possible. So we don't have unique answer. So let's go to the second one. First one alone is not enough to answer the question. X could be 15 or 25. If you take 15 square, you are getting 225. If you are taking 25 square, you are getting 625. In both the cases, the unit digit of these numbers is 5, which is a prime number. Then statement 2, y is 1/3 of x. Okay, if y is 1/3 of x, what we can say, in this case x will be 3, in this case x will be 12, in this case x will be 27, right? In this case x will be 18, in this case x will be 15, and this is not possible. And x is a 2-digit number, so this is also not possible. Now if I take 12 square, this will be 144. Unit digit is 4, that is possible. If I take 27 square, that is 729. Unit digit is 9, that is also possible. If I take 18 square, that is 324. This case is not valid because unit digit is not 6. If I take 15 square, this is 225. This is possible because unit digit is 5. So once again, we are stuck with 1, 2, 3 values of x. The values that we are getting now for x could be 12 or 15 or 27, right? These 3 values are possible. So second one is also not sufficient to answer the question alone. But if you take these 2 cases together, so out of these 2 values, out of these 3 values, only one number is common, that is 15, right? And so our answer is option E, that the age of Nadeem's can be determined uniquely using both the statements. Thank you. Wilma, Xavier, Yaska and Jakir are 4 young friends who have a passion for integers. One day, each of them selects one integer and writes it on a wall. The writing on the wall shows that Xavier and Zakir picked positive integers. Yaska picked a negative integer, while Wilma's integer is either negative, 0 or positive. We cannot say anything about that. If their integers are denoted by the first letters of their respective names, which of the following is true? Respective names meaning x, w, x, y, z. So regarding w, we cannot say anything. Wilma's integer is either negative, 0 or positive. We cannot say anything. But regarding x, x is always greater than 0, positive integer. Regarding y, it's a negative integer, and regarding z, it's always greater than 0. Correct? Now, it says this information is given. Think about this. W to the power 4 x cube plus y square plus z is less than equal to 4. So one case that I can see, that when I put all of these values as 1 and y as -1, this will be 4, right? It can never be, as per the given information, some of these can never be greater than 4. So one case this is possible. There is another case possible, as all of these values will be non-negative, right? Because power 4, w to the power 4, x is positive, x cube, y square. If I take x is equal to 2, so x cube is 8, which will be greater than equal to 4. So this case is not possible. X can only be 1. In case of y, again if y is anything negative, as instead of -1, if it is -2 square will be 4, then it will be greater than 4, which is not possible. So y must be -1, that is fixed. Now in case of w to the power 4 and z, think about this. W to the power 4 plus z is less than equal to 2, because we already have 2 here. What we can say? There are two cases possible, that w could be 0 and for that z will be 2, or w could be -1 and z will be 1. Okay, -1, or instead of -1 it can be 1 as well, and for that z will be 1. So if w is 0, z will be 2, or z could be 1 as well, right? So w could be 1, 0 or -1, z could be 1, 2, 0. Only when w is 0, z can be 2 or 1. That's it. Now it says x cube plus z greater than equal to 2. So we know that, already we know that x is 1. So 1 plus z is greater than equal to 2, or we can say z is greater than equal to 1. So we got this. Then it says w to the power 4 plus y square is less than equal to 2. We already know that y is -1, that is fixed, right? So w to the power 4 is less than equal to 1. This one we take right side. So w to the power 4 is less than equal to 1. So w could be, from here we can say w could be either -1, 0 or 1. Same information that we got from here. Again, y square plus z is greater than equal to 3. So y square plus z is greater than equal to 3. What we can say? Y is already -1, z is greater than equal to 2. So if z, this is a very good information. If z is greater than equal to 2, we already figured that out here. If this is 2, this is minimum 1, this is minimum 1, w must be 0. So this tells us that w must be 0. Question is, given the above, which of these can w square plus x square plus y square plus z square possibly evaluate 2? So w will be 0, 0 square, x will be 1, 1 square, y will be -1, so -1 square, z will be 2, 2 square. So 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4. So the given sum will be exactly 6, nothing else. The Madhura Fruits Company is packing 4 types of fruits into boxes. There are 126 oranges, 162 apples, 198 guavas and 306 pears. The fruits must be packed in such a way that a given box must have only one type of fruit and must contain the same number of fruit units as any other boxes. What is the minimum number of boxes that must be used? So what's given? We have oranges, we have apples, we have guavas, and we have pears. Now all of these 126 oranges are put in some boxes. Okay, same for apples, same for guavas, same for pears. The interesting part, in each of these boxes there will be equal number of fruits of same type. So x oranges here, x oranges here, x oranges here, x oranges here, and same x apples here, x apples here, x apples here, x guavas. So what do you see here? Can I say total number of oranges, if I take this a into x, that should be 126. Total number of apple boxes will be b, then b into x should be 162. Total number of boxes for guavas is c, then c into x should be 198, and total number of pears is pears boxes is d, then d into x is equal to 306. So what do you see? All of these numbers have a common factor, which is x, right? So we need to find the value of x. Number of boxes that we are looking for will be a plus b plus c plus d. This is what we are looking for. And if you want to minimize this, x must be maximum. X is a factor of these 4 numbers. the maximum factor, meaning we need to find the highest common factor of these 4 numbers, then only we get x. So highest common factor of 126, 162, 198 and 306. So easily visible that all of these numbers are multiple of 9 and even, that means multiple of 18. 18 into this is 7, 18 into 9, so SCF will be nothing but 18. So what we can say, number of boxes minimum will be 126 upon 18 plus 162 upon 18, 198 upon 18, 1306 upon 18. This value is nothing but 7, this value is 9, this value is 11, this value 18. Is it 17 times? Yes. So we are getting 24 plus 20, 44. So minimum number of boxes required will be option C, which is 44. Shreem draws a circle in her courtyard. She then measures the circle's circumference and its diameter with her measuring tape and records them as 2 integers. A and B are integers. She finds that A and B are co-prime, that is the greatest common divisor is 1. She also finds their ratio A is to B to be 3.14, 16, 14, 16, 14, 16 and so on, repeating endlessly. What is A minus B? So A by B is given, right? A upon B is 3.1416. So let's take this value as x. X is equal to 3.141614161416 and so on. Now if I take 10,000x, what will happen? 31416, then again 1416, 1416 and so on. So now if we subtract these two, 10,000x minus x, what are we getting? After decimal values will be cancelled out, we are getting 31416 minus 3. So this will be 9999, x is equal to 31413, or x, that is nothing but A by B is equal to 31413 divided by 9999. Now we need to simplify this, right? Because A and B are co-prime to each other. So 6 plus 6, 12, divisible by 3. First let's divide this by 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And this will be 3 times 1, 0, then 4, 2, 1, so 7 and 1. Okay. Now we need to find what is A minus B, right? A minus B. Are these two numbers co-prime? Let's check. What is 3333? This I can write 33 into 101, right? So 101 is a prime number. We just need to check if this number is divisible by 11 or 101 or not. So for 11, 1 plus 4 plus 1, 6 minus 7. No, not a multiple of 11. Using the divisibility rule of 11. So this number is not divisible by 11, not divisible by 3, because 4 plus 7 is 11 plus 2, 13. Let's check if it is divisible by 101. 104 divided by 101, 371. No, not divisible. So basically, A by B is exactly 10471 upon 3333. So what will be A minus B? A minus B will be equal to 10471 minus 3333. So 11 minus 3 is 8. Then 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. 10 minus 3 is 7. 7138, which is option B. Now, you can directly solve these type of questions to find A by B. Whenever you have a number which is repeated after decimal point. So how do you convert it? 3.1416 bar. This bar means this is being repeated. So write down all the numbers. Write down all the numbers 31416 uniquely once only, and then subtract the number which is not being repeated. 3 is not being repeated, right? So, and after that, see, this you can write 0.31416 into 10. Okay, so I'm converting this one first, 31416 minus 3, and then in denominator write as many 9s as the digits are repeating. So 4 digits are repeating, 4 9s, one digit is not repeating, so 1 0, and then this 10 will come here. So we can directly get this result 31413, which is 9999, which is the same result as we got after solving this equation, right? And then we can simplify it and get the answer. If both sequences x a1 a2 y and x b1 b2 z are in AP, and it is given that y is greater than x, meaning this is increasing GP, the values are increasing, and z is less than x, means this one is decreasing GP, x is greater than z, then which of the following values can a1 minus a2 upon b1 minus b2 possibly take? So what we can say, in this case x increasing, so x plus, let's say the common difference is d1, so x plus d1 will be a1, and x plus 2d1 will be a2 and y, and in the second case it will be x and decreasing, here d1 is greater than 0, the positive difference, right? And the second one, x minus d2, x minus 2d2, and this will be z, here d2 will be less than 0. Now we need to find, this is nothing but a1, right? This value is a1, this value is a2, this value is b1, and this value is b2. We need to find a1 minus a2 upon b1 minus b2. What is a1 minus a2? Minus d1. What is b1 minus b2? Minus d2, which is equal to d1 by d2, correct? Now d1 is positive, d2 is negative, so this value must always be negative, right? If this is negative, you can check the options. Only option B is negative, and that's the possible value. Consider the real valued function fx is equal to log 3x minus 7 upon square root of 2x square minus 7x plus 6. Find the domain of x, fx, meaning what are the values, all the possible values of x that we can take. So in case of log x to the base a, what do we know? That x should always be greater than 0. A should always be greater than 0, and a cannot be equal to 1. So if base is not mentioned, base is 10. So one thing that we need to check, this 3x minus 7 must be greater than 0, or we can say x must be greater than 7 by 3, right? X must be greater than 7 by 3, nothing else. Then square root, if there is square root of x, then x must always be greater than equal to 0, correct? So we can say 2x square minus 7x plus 6 should always be greater than equal to 0, or okay, now it's in the denominator, so we cannot take 0 as well, right? Because then it won't be defined, so we cannot take 0. 6 into 2 is 12, 4 into 3 is 12, so 2x square minus 4x minus 3x plus 6 is greater than 0, or take 2x common, we are getting x minus 2, take minus 3 common, x minus 2 is greater than 0. So if we check this on number line, what values are satisfying it? So 2x minus 3 is 3 by 2, 3 by 2, and then 2. If you take any values of x which is greater than 2, this expression will always be positive. If you take any values of x which is between 3 by 2 to 2, it will always be negative, and it will be positive when you are taking any value which is less than 3 by 2. Less than 3 by 2, let's take it, for example minus 10. So this will be negative, this will be negative. Negative into negative is positive. If you take a value which is between 3 by 2 to 2, this expression will be negative, this will be positive. Positive into negative is negative, that we don't want. Then we have another value which is 7 by 3. 7 by 3 is greater than 2, right? So we have 7 by 3. X should also be greater than 7 by 3, means X is this. So only common reason from this one and this one is when X is greater than 7 by 3, or we can write it as X element of 7 by 3 to infinity, right? That's it. Let's check the options. Only one option makes sense, which is option C. A tall tower has its base at point K. 3 points A, B and C are located at distances of 4 meters and 8 meters and 16 meters respectively from K. The angles of elevation of the top of the tower from A and C are complementary. Complementary means sum is 90 degree. What is the angle of elevation in degrees of the tower's top from B? So this is the tower, the base is K, the top is L, and then let's join this. There are 3 points A, B and C. KA is 4, KB is 8 and KC is 16. Now if I join KA and KB as well, what do we know? That angle of elevation from A and C are complementary. If this angle is theta, this angle will be 90 degree minus theta. Let's say the height of this tower is h. What we can say? Tan theta will be. Tan theta is perpendicular upon base, which is h upon 4. And what will be tan 90 degree minus theta? This will be angle C basically. So h upon 16. What is tan 90 degree minus theta? That is nothing but cot theta. That is h upon 16. Cot theta is nothing but 1 by tan theta. So we can put 4 by h here. 4 by h is h upon 16, or h square is equal to 64, or we can say h is equal to 8. If h is equal to 8, we can find tan B, the angle of elevation from point B. Again, the height is h, 8, and the base is also 8. That is equal to 1. We know that tan 45 degrees is equal to 1. So the angle that we are looking for is 45 degree, option A. I have 5 10 rupee notes, 3 20 rupee notes and 2 50 rupee notes in my wallet. If 3 notes were taken out randomly and simultaneously, what is the probability that at least 90 rupees were taken out? At least 90 rupees, 3 notes. So what we can do? Sum of 3 notes in case of 10, so 10x plus 20y plus 50z should be greater than equal to 90, correct? What are the possibilities? See, if you don't include 50, then in 3 notes it's not possible that you are achieving at least 90, right? So what are the possibilities? I can take 50 twice, 50 plus 50, and then any of 10 or 20, and this will be greater than nothing but 90, greater than equal to 90. So number of ways this can be done. So there are 250 rupees notes and we are taking 250 rupees notes. It can be done in only one way. Rest we have 3 plus 5, 8 notes. So out of 8 I can choose any one. So there are 8 ways of doing this where the sum is greater than equal to 90. If there is only 150 rupees notes, then sum of the 2 notes should be at least 40. That is only possible when we are taking 220 rupees notes. So number of ways this can be done. There are 250 rupees notes. If you are choosing one, there are 2 ways of doing this, and there are 320 rupees notes. If you are choosing 2 of them, means you are leaving 1 out of 3. So that can be done in 3C2, that is 3 ways. So total it will be 6 ways. A number of ways of doing this is 14. What will be the total number of ways? So probability is equal to 14 upon total number of ways. Out of 10 notes, we can choose any 3, 10C3. So this will be equal to 14 into 10 into 9 into 8 into 3 factorial, which is 6. 6 into 12 and 7 into 2, 6 into 2. So that will be 7 upon 60. And that is the probability we are looking for. The answer is option B.